Alright guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be playing several instructive rapid chess where I'll be explaining my thought process as best as I can. So, and when I say I'm trying to get back to 2-2, well, I've gotten to 2-2 before, so getting back to 2-2, it's not really a big deal anymore. I think my next target will be getting to 2-3. Although those 2-2 rated players, they are just brutal. They are very brutal. Let me see who I'm playing. Okay, looks good. Let's go here. What's this? Okay, this looks like the Catalan now. Looks like my opponent plays this and wanting to go for the what do we call it? Okay. Opponent is striking in the center really hard. Let's go here. Should I worry about this pawn? At least not yet. I think I am threatening to just capture here and then capture here with my knight. That's the threat. The threat is to capture there. What if this knight hop in here? I think I can ignore and just capture there. I can ignore that and just capture here. I think I can do that. Let's say the knight hops in here. If I capture the knight, they capture with their pawn, and that pawn just becomes a menace. That pawn just becomes a menace to me. So what if I just hop in here? Okay, let's say my opponent captures here, and I capture here. Okay, this pawn is dropping. I think that pawn will drop. The pawn will drop. I think I'm going to lose this pawn at the end. So what if I ignore and go back here? What if I ignore and go back here first? I think I might be interested in doing this. I don't want this pawn to drop. I don't want to lose that pawn. If my opponent captures here, I think I'm just happy with that because I have a pawn supporting my center pawn. That's a move I'll be happy with. That's a move I'll be happy to see. Okay, my opponent is trying to figure it out. They are thinking, and I think I'm happily going to capture this way. Although I have some bad pawn structure, but I think I'm okay with this structure now. This is not too sad. I have a pawn supporting my center pawn. Okay, do I want to go here? I want to go here. I love to capture here, but I don't see the need for that. I love to go forward this way, but probably does nothing. I love to go forward and probably reach here, but it does nothing. And what if I capture here? Okay. Maybe I bring my rook over here. Let's go here. Let's bring the rook over here. Staying away from this diagonal if it ever opens up. So I don't get hit with some nasty attack from that sniper bishop. Would I love to hop in here? That's just a pawn offer. That's just offering my opponent a free pawn. Would I love to see this capture? Ooh, can I afford to allow that capture? I'm thinking if my opponent captures here, I capture here, and they decide to sack something here, opening an attack on my bishop. I think I have this sack. I can sack here before capturing the knight. Okay, looks like my opponent is going for it. Let's go here. Okay, I told you guys my opponent is going for that. Am I going to lose a pawn at the end of the day? My opponent is going for that. Let's go here. It might end up capturing here, I guess. And then picking this pawn up. Okay, I'm just making sure my opponent might have intentions of maybe if I don't capture this way, I'm going to lose my knight. Not my knight, I'm going to lose a pawn. If I don't capture this way, I'm going to lose a pawn. If I capture this way, my opponent can capture this pawn. Looks like I'm going to lose a pawn regardless. If I capture this way, is my opponent going to trade? I doubt that. But let's go. Okay. Oh, that's my opponent's plan. Double up everything and win a pawn. Okay, we are going into an end game. So do I capture here first or capture this way? I think I can capture here first and then capture here. Pawn structures not looking ideal. This is really a sad pawn structure. Just look at it. A very sad pawn structure. How do I defend it? Looks like there's no defending it. Oh, looks like there is no defending those pawn structure. Let's go here. Let's go here. I'm trying to go for some pawns as well. I'm trying to go for activity. But maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I might just lose all my pawn and just lose the game. But I'm trying to go for activity. Okay. Opponent decided to go there. Wow. And the idea is that if I capture here, the king just comes in. The king just comes in, and I no longer have any attack on this pawn. So I feel like going here first. My opponent might decide to go for this pawn. I'm just down a lot of pawns, and if I capture here, my opponent captures here. And if I capture here, my opponent captures and come in with a check. If I go here, what do I gain? I don't really gain anything. Let's capture here. I'm losing regardless. I am losing. I am lost. I'm still going to lose this pawn, which is really sad. And I'm going to lose it with a check. I'm going to lose the pawn with a check. Very sad way to lose my pawn. I'm down 2 pawns. This is easily winning for my opponent now. All right. I was distracted by some of the text message I was receiving. I was distracted by some of those text message. Amo, hi, welcome to the channel. I'm happy to see you here. And okay, I think I can do this and capture here then. My opponent making some blunders. I don't know. My opponent making some blunders. They're allowing me get back into the game. They can go for this pawn. I think I can play a move like this. But then my opponent can give a check here and capture this pawn. Wow. Okay, maybe I should start going forward. Trying to push pawn forward. Is this checkmate? Thank goodness it's not. Trying to push pawn forward. Oh, my opponent is going to lodge their pawn there. Lodge their king here. I suspect that's what they are going to do. And I want to go here. Now the king has to be careful because I may have check and just promote my pawn. So the king just has to be really careful. Okay. My opponent is saying if you go for this check, I'm going to play this move. That's what my opponent is saying. My opponent is saying if you go for this check, I'm going to play this move. And if you queen, I have many pieces. I have my rook attacking that and what have you. So what if I decide to go here instead? Trying to go for a pawn here. I think that move still forces the king to go forward. Okay, maybe they can capture there. They don't have to go forward now. But am I losing? I'm still losing. My opponent is still up a pawn. A very annoying pawn. Okay, looks like I am going to lose this pawn. Looks like there's no way for me to hold on to my pawn. Looking like there's really no way for me to hold on to my pawn. If I go here, my opponent gives me a check here. So what if I go here? Wow. This game is lost. My opponent can even go behind my pawn. And all of those move works. All of those move works. Trying to go behind the pawn and try to win the pawn as well. That's something. That's a move I would like to play. Ooh, am I lost? Seems like I am lost. Seems like I'm lost. Seems like I would be lost. But if I go here, my opponent goes here. Ooh, if I go here, my opponent. Oh. I think this is a drawn end game. That's what I think. Let's say I go here. Where's my opponent going? If you go here, then I go here. If you go here, can't I go forward? So let's go here. My opponent wants to win the opposition. My opponent wants to win the opposition. And that's how they win the game. Oh, and they have won it. They have won the opposition. I think that end game was winning for my opponent. I think the end game was winning for my opponent. It was winning. So at this point, what can I do? Okay, yes. It was a winning end game for my opponent. If I go here, they go here. If I try to go forward, I can try to go forward. They can even push. They can push. They can push. I want to go here, but they just go behind. They just go in front. Just go in front and they go behind. They go this side. That was a good game. That was a good game. Let's take a look at it. Wow. Okay, my opponent was winning. I never stood a chance. My opponent was just beating me straight. I think we entered an end game where I was just struggling. Okay, maybe I should have captured with my pawn. Let's see. Yes. Because after capturing my queen, I'm going into that end game where I'm just down a pawn and have a lot of pawn islands. I think capturing with my pawn makes sense now. It's just over now. 1.5 for my opponent. It was draw at some point. My opponent messed up and it was equal at some point. It was equal at some point, but not really easy to hold. Not a very easy end game to hold from my own part of the board. Wow, what's the move? Okay, I had to play this move because I later lost this pawn. That was the pawn I later lost. That was the pawn I later lost. And it ended the game. That was the pawn I lost and ended up losing the game. Let's go. I'll be accepting challenges from viewers, but not now. Not now. Let's get another game going. What am I playing? Just make sure we are playing someone who is not using stockfish. Okay, we have the French defense on the board. Let's go here. Opponent is going for the advanced variation of the French. Let's go here. I would love to hop in my knight here, but that's asking for trouble. As my opponent can capture here, and when I recapture, I have these weak pawns and double pawns. So that's not something I want to do. So maybe going here is the correct move. I also like to play a move like this. Okay, let's capture here. I would love to go here, but it's not like I'm piling up on anything, am I? I think I am. I think I am piling up on something. So let's go here. I'm piling up on this pawn, and my opponent doesn't have any discovered check on my king and winning any piece sitting here. And they decide to give it up. They decide to give the pawn up. I'm not sure why. If I go here, let's think. My opponent is giving me a pawn. I just want to make sure I'm not walking straight into an opening trap. If I capture here, if you capture, I just go here. And if I capture here, maybe you are thinking of going here, but that doesn't work. Or does it? Okay, I can capture here. I can capture here with check. And if the queen go there, I just capture this. And okay, I think I'm going for the pawn. Maybe not a very good pawn to capture, but let's learn. Let's see what my opponent is cooking. Let's see what my opponent is cooking. Okay. Looks like the knight wants to hop in here. The knight might want to hop in there with ideas of if you capture here, I'm going to capture here with check and win your queen. That's an idea. So if they play a move like this, I feel like going here. Because that way, because if they play this move, they are hitting my queen and also threatening to just go here. So I feel like going here first. And that way I pick up a pawn and I'm also defending this square. And at this point, I would also love to, castle if I have the opportunity to. but my opponent is not going to let me. Okay, so let's say I go here. What should I expect? What should I expect from my opponent? Are we going to see a move like this? Are we going to see such a move? With ideas of going here, maybe chopping this off and going there. Or when my opponent chop this off, I think I can go here. Instead of recapturing, I can just go there. So let's go here. Hopefully I've not fallen for an opening trap. Hopefully. Ooh. Okay, I think I have to play this move. Or don't I? I can't go here. I can't go here. But I really need to keep defending this square. So I think this is the need. That's an awkward square for my queen. A very awkward square. I'm up 2 pawns. And if I can survive the chaos that is coming now, I think I'll win the game. Where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. If I can survive the chaos that my opponent is planning for me, I should win this game. Okay, so I feel like playing a forcing move like this. Trying to remove this knight from my half of the board. Just trying to say, dear knight, go away. You are becoming too evil for my liking. And when the knight goes away, okay. My opponent is planning. I don't know. What are they planning? Okay, they want to capture here. If my opponent wants to capture here, taking advantage of the pin on this pawn. So I think I have to break the pin this way. That's a pin I just have to break. Maybe my opponent is going to capture here. I don't know. I need to break this pin so that if you capture here, I just remove this. Okay. Okay, now I capture here and I have a forcing move. Ooh, I have a forcing move. But instead of, oh, I have to recapture now. I have to recapture now. I have to recapture now. Okay. Guys, I'm going to lose this pawn. I'm going to lose that pawn and that rook. I'm going to lose the exchange. I would love to go here, but it does nothing. I would love to capture here. It does absolutely nothing. I'm going to lose the exchange now. Is my queen trapped? Is my queen trapped? Is my queen trapped? Please, not yet. I don't think so. Maybe walking in here is bad. I don't know. Okay. All right. Look like that was the idea. Now I have 2 pawns. Okay, I wanted to say I have 2 rooks for a pawn. For 2 pieces for a rook, but I don't. I don't have that. I don't have that. My opponent might decide to launch forward this way, and I'm going to block this way. I don't want him hitting me with that move. I also love to play a move like this. Let's go here. I'm not sure what that move does. I'm not sure. Maybe they want to go here, trade, or go here. I don't know. I would love to play a move like this, trying to ask for a trade. But my opponent just take that away. My opponent just takes that away with this move. I could also play a move like this. Oh, I see why my opponent played that. They were concerned about this kind of move. My opponent was concerned about that move because that move just opens up an attack on the queen. Okay, so I feel like going here now. I feel like going here. I'm trying to bring my queen into the game. That's what I feel like doing now. I feel like going here, hitting this, and then maybe playing a move like this, trying to bring my queen into the game. my opponent goes that way. Looks like they want to push the pawn forward, or maybe push this pawn forward. That's what I suspect. Let's go here. I would love to trade this and trade that piece. Let the piece go away. Are they going to push forward? I suspect they are going to push this. Okay, but they can't do that now because I'm threatening all kinds of stuff over here. I'm threatening some kind of nastiness over there. Let's go forward. I think I might want to bring a rook over here. Do a rook lift. That's something I think I am interested in. A rook lift. And probably bring the rook here. Okay, let's do a rook lift. My opponent wants to push this forward, but I'm going to do this. I'm just going to capture. And I'm also planning to do this. That's a move I'm planning to play. Let's go here. I would also love to play a move like this. Well, let's see. If I go here, that just makes my opponent's life easy as they can trade down. And the more pieces that leave the board, the happier my opponent is. Are we going to see a move like this? I think that move weakens the king side. I think that's what the move does. It weakens the king side. And if I can get to set up a battery like this, it would be very devastating. I really feel like sacrificing, but there is no sacrifice there. There is no sacrifice there. Can I play a move like this? I feel like sacrificing, but there is nothing there because the queen is looking at this square. So there is nothing there. What if I go here? If I go here, and my opponent go for a fork. I would love to go here, but my opponent just goes for a fork. If I go here, my opponent is going to play this move. But it doesn't work because I have this move, threatening to go here, checkmate. Okay, so let's go. This looks like a fork, but I'm not buying it. Okay, I have this move threatening to go check. Okay, if they play this move, I have this move and I'm setting up checkmate here. Can they sack here? Can they sack there? Can they sack there? Looks like they can sack there. Okay. Do I want to capture? What if I capture here? My opponent gives me a check here. Jack check forces me to lift my king up forward. What if I go here? I don't want to capture. I don't want to trade everything. If I go here, okay, let's say I go here. My opponent gives a check. I think they are going to give this check, and that check simply forces me. It simply forces me to step my king forward here. And then a check here. That's just full of devastation. That's full of devastation. I can't allow that. I can't allow that. So let's go here. My opponent is going to get this pawn. Are they not? I think they are. They are getting the pawn. So I have a pass pawn. Don't know if it will be worth it. Maybe I would love to trade the rooks and try to promote this pawn. Maybe I would love to trade one of the rooks. I have 2 pawns for my trouble. Or maybe I just go here and try to start pushing my pawn. Let's come here. I don't want this rook coming over here. Amoeski, I'm happy to see you here. Welcome to the channel. Do you play rapid against lower rated players? I would love to. Let's go here. I'm opening an attack on this rook while also looking at this. Okay, not sure what my opponent wants to do with that. Looks like they might want to sacrifice the rook here. Ooh, they can capture there. How did I miss? What was I even thinking? What was I thinking? Ah. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? What was I even thinking? I just had to play a move like this. This is just completely lost now. Let me resign. If you ask me, I think I was controlling that game until I blundered that bishop. Until I blundered that bishop, I think I was controlling that game. But the engine thinks otherwise. The engine thinks it was equal. The engine thinks it was equal. Okay, what was the best move? And it's looking like the move makes sense now. So if my opponent had proceeded with this move, so what do I do here? Do I pin? Do I pin it? Oh, then I can castle this way, giving up the queen. And if they capture here, I capture here. And after the trade, I can just capture here. And I have two pieces and some pawns. I have a pawn and two pieces. I have two pawns and a piece for the rook, and the position is better for me. But I missed that. I missed that. But it was still slightly better for me. Now it was just completely equal. It was completely equal until I blundered my bishop. All I had to do was play a move like this. Play a move like this. That's all I had to do. That's all I had to do, but I blundered my bishop. John Smith, I'm not accepting challenges now. Let's go again. Okay, let's go for the French defense. We have the advanced variation of the French defense. Many people go for the advanced variation, which simply means that's a variation that is worth studying. Okay, now I can go here. I would love to hop in a knight here. Try to pile up on this pawn. Opponent goes there immediately. Do I really want to go here? That's a move sometimes I want to play. That's a move I sometimes want to play. Let's go here. Let's go here. Threatening to remove this now. Let's go crazy over here. Let's go. I would love to go here. I don't know if I really love to do that. Or maybe I just want to go here. Wait, but let's think. If I go here, my opponent just goes here. I feel like going here. But that sacrifice is senseless. So let's do this move. Let's go here. Wow, that's a nice combo. And just like that, I have to lose a piece. Just like that, guys. What am I doing? What am I doing? Just like that, I'm in trouble. Just like that, I'm in trouble. Just like that, I'm in trouble. I'm threatening to go here, check, and this will be checkmate. So my opponent has to be careful. And careful they are. They are just careful. They are very careful. They are very careful. What if I hop in here? Wow. I really want to hop in here, but I can't. That's a move I really want to play, but I can't play that. My opponent is threatening to come in here, harass me, harass my queen, and this knight might just be misplaced. That knight might be misplaced. So maybe I have to play a move like this. And when my opponent strikes with this move, then I go here, check. And I go there, check. They just sack, can't they? Looks like they can. Okay, so what can I play here? What can I play here? I really feel like playing this move, but I can't. So I also feel like playing a move like this. This is a move I'm concerned about. I'm really concerned about that move because the move tries to remove the queen from the defense of this knight, and I'm not seeing a good square to put the queen to keep defending the knight. If I go here, what if I go there? Isn't that just a trade? Oh, they can even ignore it and go for the knight instead. So I have to move the knight. So let's go somewhere. Looks like I'm threatening to go here, except maybe that's just not a threat. Except maybe that's just not a threat. I would love to play a move like this, trap this. Okay. That I may not have seen coming. Feel like going here for that pawn. Looks like that's something my opponent would like to see. My opponent wants to play this move and try to bring another attacker into the game. Something I may not want. I may not want. But if I capture here and the annoying rook comes back, how do I defend this pawn? There's no way to defend the pawn. And if I let the rook come in here, that's a lot of trouble. Let's go here. That's a free pawn I would love to capture, but I think I have to stay away from it. Now I'm threatening to go here, and that rook will be trapped. That's a threat. That's a threat. Okay. Looks like I have to play this move again. And my opponent sack here. That's something you have to watch out for. Am I threatening to capture here? Looks like it. Looks like I am threatening to capture here. Okay. I would love to capture with my knight, but the issue with that is that my opponent plays this move and they are hitting my knight while also hitting my queen. So maybe I have to capture with my queen. My opponent has to be careful. Oh, that looks like a nice move. That looks like a nice move. Let's go here. My opponent can sack there. And when you do the material count, who is up of full piece? My opponent. My opponent is up of full piece and chilling. They are up of full piece and chilling. I'm trying to go for activity. Where's that knight going? Looks like the knight is forced back, isn't it? The knight is forced to go back. I think the knight might be forced to go back. Looking like the knight. What if I go here? What if I go there? Trying to pile up on this knight. I think I want to do that. Let's pile up on the knight. The knight has to be careful where it moves to. Now that's a double pin. That's a pin this way. That's a pin every way. That's a pin everywhere. That is a pin everywhere. I feel like going here, trying to go for this check. Can I trade everything down? Probably don't want to do that. Let's go here. Maybe I'll capture a pawn if I can. If I can, I just capture a pawn. And probably have a better position. Not a better position, but I think I have some chances. Ooh, I was thinking maybe I should have gone here, but there is nothing there. There is nothing there. Okay, so my opponent is not interested in losing their pawn. They are threatening to go here. They are threatening to go there. I feel like going forward this way. My opponent wants to go for check and then pick up something. So I feel like going here first. So my claim is that the check is just a check. That's my claim. My opponent wants to go for this check and then pick up my pawn. So I don't want them to pick up the pawn. I don't want them to pick up the pawn. I have to be mindful. Guys, I just blundered. That. Opponent missed it. Okay, it's not a blunder. It looks like a blunder, but it's not. But what can I play here? I need to save my... If I go here, then my opponent has this move. Can I try to start going forward this way? Then my opponent has this move. My rook is just not placed optimally. Let's go here. I'm threatening to go here, checkmate. If my opponent is not paying attention, that's checkmate. That is checkmate if my opponent is not paying attention. Or my opponent is paying attention. Let's go here. Okay. All right, my opponent wants to start picking up pawns, I guess. My opponent has actually played very well in this one, if you ask me. My opponent has played very well. I don't think I want to trade, but where am I going to? I don't want to trade. Where am I really going to? I don't want to trade, but where am I going to? My position is really sad. My position is really sad. I feel like just pushing. My opponent wants me to go here and force a queen trade, force a rook trade, which I don't think I want to do. My opponent is threatening to come here, and that will be checkmate. That will just be checkmate. Is it? I think I have this move. I'm trying to look for checkmate. Opponent can go here. I think I can go forward. But maybe they can give this check. I think I just go back here. And they give this check. Okay, let's say I go here now. Let's say I go here now. My opponent gives me this check. I think I can come back. Let's go here. I think I can come back. I can come back. My opponent wants me to go here and start going for check, which is not something I want. That's not something I want. Really feels like I'm threatening something nasty here. So it feels, but maybe I'm not. I really want to just give check, just continue giving checks on it until it becomes a draw. That's what I want to do. Check. That's what I want to do. Is my opponent going to escape? Is my opponent going to escape? I thought they could go here, check. And I'm getting disconnected again. Okay. Isn't that checkmate? Ooh. That's really nice. That's a very nice move. That's a very nice move. And my opponent is threatening checkmate now. My opponent has to block with a check, but I'm going here. And my threat is simple. Come here with check. That's my threat. Come here with check and pick up the knight. Although I have 23 seconds, which is just too low. 23 seconds is too low. Let's go here. It's looking like I might end up getting a draw. Am I going to get a draw? Now I have a pass pawn. What am I doing with it? I would like a draw. I would love a draw. I would love a draw. My opponent just hang something. They just hang a rook. Can I win this one now? Can I win? Okay. I think I should be able to queen and win this one. I should be able to queen and win. Let's go. Wow! 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 Wow, wow, wow. What a win. What a win. What a win. What? I was struggling throughout that game. I was struggling throughout that game. Wow. I was struggling throughout that game. I was just struggling. But somehow my opponent just gave me the win, gave back the game. I had to give up a piece. I had to give up a piece here. The engine calls that an inaccuracy, but what's the best move? I had to play that move. That's really looking like an unfindable move. What's the idea? What's the idea? They just capture here. If they capture there, it blocks their queen, and the queen will have a hard time becoming a menace to my king. So they can't capture there. But I decided to play something else. I decided to defend this way because my opponent was threatening checkmate. And if I decide to protect it this way, they just capture here. They capture they capture with their bishop, and when I capture here, they just capture here and they are chilling. So that's why I had to defend with my bishop so that my queen can occupy that square after the capture. And in this position, if my opponent had played a random move like this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, yes, that's a blunder. If they had played a random move like this, I was thinking of that move. And if they play something like this is just checkmate. That's just checkmate. So maybe they will have to give up their queen. I think yes, they will have to give up. They will have to give up their queen. And after giving up their queen, still better. The position is still better for my opponent. It's still 0.1 for my opponent. That's to tell you how terrible my position was. I see some challenges coming in. I'll start accepting from you challenges from viewers very soon. My opponent was up a full piece. My opponent was up a full piece, a 2,100 rated player, up a full piece, and still could not convert it. Just the way I also make mistakes too. I also get position where I can convert. But what I'm trying to say is that you shouldn't be in a haste to resign. I was just playing for tricks. If my opponent had capture here, then comes this, that will be checkmate. I was just playing for tricks. But my opponent found that. I think the reason my opponent lost this one was because they were trying to flag me. They were trying to flag me. They were just trying to win on time because I had very little time on the clock. It was still completely winning. Now it's equal. Until my opponent decided to blunder their rook. If I was playing as white here, I wouldn't have given back this rook. I wouldn't have traded this rook. But my opponent traded the rook, and that was the final mistake. That was the final mistake because with 5 seconds here, this is an end game. I should easily convert, and I converted it. All right, I see challenges coming in. If you want to play me, my opponent was trying to flag me. That is why. My opponent was trying to flag me. That is why even when your opponent is running out of time, you shouldn't try to play like you don't have time on your own clock. You have to still think, try to play for trick. When your opponent is running out of time, that's when you should play for tricks because your opponent doesn't have enough time to calculate or think about their move. So I see challenges coming. Let's see. Should I start accepting challenges? Let me see if there's any challenge pending. Okay, there is no challenge. I'm tempted to start accepting challenges now. You play really so good. Thank you. Let's go. I didn't even check who I'm playing. Okay, the account looks good. Let me go for the Smith Moral Gambit, even though I haven't studied it in depth. Okay. I think this is the move, isn't it? You might get it with this. I think there's where you can sack something here. Okay, maybe not anymore. Not anymore. You can no longer sack anything. There's a move where you sack something here. I don't think you can do that anymore. Now we are just in an end game where my opponent is chilling. Suspect my opponent is chilling in this end game. Are they going to play that move? Okay. So I thought if they play this move, I'm going to trade that. If they play this move, I'm happy to trade because that knight just becomes weak. But that's not what they are going to play. They are going to play something else. Okay. Do I want to trade that? That might be a trade I want to do. So I leave myself with the bishop pair. So that I can leave myself with the bishop pair. Not sure if it's an advantage that is worth it, but let's try to leave ourselves with the bishop pair. Okay. Ooh, that's a blunder now. That's a blunder now. Guys, do you see why it is a blunder? Do you see why? Because I can capture here, and if they capture this way, then the bishop hangs. That's why it is a blunder. And if they try to play a move like this, I just capture here, and I'm chilling. Or maybe I still capture here. Now I have, what do I even have? I thought it was a blunder. Okay, I have 2 pieces for a rook. Although I gave up a pawn, that's why I still look. Initially gave up a pawn. So that's why the position is still looking very equal. But if we trade down to an end game, I think I'm the one winning. I am the one winning. Okay, my opponent plays that. A nice move. Ooh, they might be trying to go there. That's not a move I like. Let's go here. I'm securing this pawn. I don't want to lose that pawn. That's not a pawn I want to lose. I do not want to lose the pawn. Okay. So we go here. Where's the knight going? Why is this knight just hopping up and down? Let's go here. My opponent cannot play a move like this. He simply loses a rook. So they can't play that. Okay. Alright. I feel like my opponent wants to play this. Maybe go forward. And then play that move. Okay, so let's go here first. My opponent can decide to play this move. I think I'm going to play this move. A move that doesn't look like it does too much. Oh, that move just traps. That move just traps my bishop. If I play this move, my bishop is trapped. Okay, my opponent is threatening to go for checkmate, so I don't think I can allow that, so I have to play this move. They are threatening to go checkmate here. So let's play this nice looking move. Okay. Feel like going here, trying to trap that queen. Trying to trap this rook, but how do I win it? Feel like going there, trying to trap the rook. Okay. That's a nice move. My opponent is saying, dear annoying bishop, go away. Feel like, oh, I wanted to go here, but that just drops.